Hi, Taylor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good. What brings you in today?
So, I've just been having some issues with school. Um, I'm not doing so well in a few classes, and my parents are putting a lot of pressure on me, just making sure that I ace all my classes and I get into an Ivy League school.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like you're overwhelmed by that.
Yeah. Both my parents are immigrants. They both came here from Korea, so they have very high expectations of what I need to accomplish and what I need to have done with my life already, even though I'm only 16. And all this pressure is just it's causing a lot of anxiety in my life. I can't sleep, I can't eat. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's a lot to work through, especially at 16. And it sounds like this has been weighing on you for a while.
It has been. I feel like this pressure has been in my life since I was born. They always have high expectations, and I always need to excel at everything I do.
Yeah, you've been feeling the pressure to manage everything.
Yeah.
What concerns you the most about this? About not passing the classes or not getting the grades?
I think my biggest concern is disappointing my parents and bringing shame to the family.
Yeah.
I feel like if I don't do well, it will embarrass them. It'll make our family look bad, which adds just a lot more pressure onto me.
Yeah. That your family has a really strong tie on you and what this it's adding to that pressure of your family. Do you have any other perspectives that's adding to this stress? Maybe community or any other background?
Definitely our community.
Yeah.
In our neighborhood, there's a lot of families who are like us. Almost actually all my friends, all of our parents are not from America and they have very different ideals than what some of my parents who have white parents, they don't have the same expectations as what I have. And it just it like gets passed around when you just don't do well or something happens and my friends who have white parents, they just go, oh, well, like that's not that big of a deal. But our neighbors, their parents are also from Korea and they have the exact reaction my parents do. And it's like, well, you didn't try hard enough and you're going to fail. And it just puts all this pressure and I can't sleep, I can't eat, and I just constantly think about it. So definitely, I feel like the community's weighing in on it.
Yeah. So the expectations from your family and your community is playing a major role in this added stress and anxiety right now,
Yeah.
on top of school, on top of all of this other stuff. We have more coming into this.
Mhm.
Is there anybody in your community, maybe anybody else your age or anybody from a religious background that has been able to support you in this?
Well, I have talked to my pastor about how I've been feeling and a few school counselors, but specifically just my pastor because I know he won't go and tell my parents how I'm feeling. So I feel like I can definitely turn to him for support in my moments of when it gets really bad and I just feel like the world's crashing around me and I'm gonna fail and bring dishonor to the family. So I feel like when I go to him, just makes everything better.
Well, it's good that you have that confidant to rely on without having to worry about if it's going to get back to your parents.
Mhm.
What would be the most important part of your background to tie into who you are with school?
Well, I feel like just from what everything my parents had to do to get us here,
Mhm.
if me and my siblings don't succeed, then it will just be a huge disappointment to them. They did a lot to come over to America. They made a lot of sacrifices for us to be here, and they work hard every day to make sure we have everything we need to succeed. And when I just don't meet their expectations, or when something happens, everything just crumbles around, and I look at everything they've done and I just think, well, they must feel like the sacrifices they made weren't worth it at that point.
And that's a heavy burden to carry.
Yeah, it's something I think about every day. And now that I'm starting to apply to colleges and I have to pick a major, and there's just all these added pressures of making sure my GPA stays up, and it's just a lot. A lot's happening.
Yeah, you've been trying to manage this on your own for a while.
I've been on my own. I feel like I can't really talk to a lot of my friends who are in the same situation because it's almost like a competition between us.
Yeah.
Um, like our parents compare who's better at what. So I feel like I can't really turn to them, but I have spoken to the school counselor a little bit just about the pressure I feel in class and just the anxiety I have when I'm taking a test, because if I fail that test, I just know that it will be the end of the world.
Mhm. And you've mentioned relying on your pastor, but is there any other type of support that would feel helpful for you?
I feel like having just some grace from my parents would relieve a lot of this anxiety that I have. Being able to talk to them about how I'm feeling and about this pressure that I have on me. I'm trying to make everybody happy. I'm trying to ease, and I'm also trying to keep up my GPA and have good grades. And it's just feeling like a lot. So I feel like if I was able to talk to my parents about it, then some of that pressure would be off.
Yeah, so you're looking for support that actually kind of fits who you are and what you're trying to deal with. Maybe different avenues to approach your parents that's still respectful, and maybe different kind of outreaches for the school. So we can help that with that as well. So there's different, you're not just carrying this burden by yourself.
Yeah. I think being able to go to them would definitely help some of this anxiety that I have, because I'm exhausted feeling this way.
Yeah. And that is a lot to carry. And that's something that we can work on with the next couple sessions is trying to take off all of that pressure of managing it by yourself so we can help you kind of settle back down and help focus and regain that structure you were at. And we can work on that with creating different avenues in the next couple classes if that works for you.
Yeah, I think finding ways to talk to my parents or even managing my anxiety would be a lot of help.
Perfect. All right, we'll see you next session then, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
I I'll mention it after I finish recording.
Okay.
um, I I feel like it was a little bit difficult for me to go down the cultural background because I didn't really look into the Korean culture. So I kind of stuck myself on the religion part. I was like, oh wait, well, I don't remember what they're, but I think I try to keep it as safe as possible.
Yeah, I felt very validated. I felt like you were hearing what my problems were, and I like how we were getting to a solution of like what I could do. I also like how you asked about the supports, and I feel like we spent a lot of time in like that area. Um, which definitely I feel like as a clients, they are looking for that help right then and there. So definitely
Yeah,
felt heard.
awesome. Yay. All right, let me pause it or stop